What is up, budgeting family and friends? My name is Sharia. This is the Sharia Mag channel where I am documenting our six-figure debt-free journey as an entrepreneurial licensed clinical social worker with my very own virtual private practice, also working a contracting position, along with my husband who is a welder. Together we make a combined income of about $130,000 annually. We started our journey back in October of 2023 with $305,884 worth of debt, and we have a goal to have that debt completely eliminated by December 31st, 2026, to then start to build wealth and become work optional by the age of 50, actually when my husband is 50, which will be in 9 more years. I am documenting and sharing my journey in the form of monthly budgets, weekly budgets, debt updates, Transfer Tuesdays. Because I'm an entrepreneur, I do also share the income that I earn at the end of every month. And every quarter, I do our net worth updates. If that sounds like a journey that you are interested in following, please be sure to subscribe. And if you know anyone else who may be interested and can be informed and inspired by the journey, please be sure to share my channel. Today's video is our July monthly budget closeout, and we will get right into it. All right, so I didn't get a chance to record, or I didn't make the chance to record July week 4 and July week 5, or 3, 4, and 5 week budgets, but I'm just going to review all of the information in the monthly budget closeout. What you see on the desktop is my monthly budget template. If you're interested in this template, I did download it from Etsy, and the link directly to this template is in the description box below. This budget started July 1st, 2024, and it ended July 31st, 2024. We go down to the income. So the income that was planned for the month of July was $9,725. That was with $850 every week for the week of July for my husband, and $925 every week every week every week in July for me. Week 1, he earned $792.23. Week 2, he earned $1,567.78. Week 3, he earned $852.15. Week 4, he earned $986.29. And week 5, he earned $1,163.16. Week 1 for me, I earned $936.67. Week 2, I earned $936.67. Week 3, I earned $1,104.75. Week 4, I earned $1,104.74. And the same for week 5. We received $850 in rental income. My husband sold a car and put $400 of the profit towards in our checking account. I received a bonus. I paid myself a bonus. 2 bonuses, actually. A quarter to first half of the year bonus in the amount of $4,500, I believe, and then another referral bonus in the amount of $400. So, and then we also received an insurance check that was, I think, in the amount of $441, and I believe that's it. So that brought our actual income for the month of July to $15,726.31. We transitioned over to savings, and savings was planned for the month at $1,230. That was with $200 into my high yield savings account, and I did put $200 into that account. $200 into my husband's high yield savings account. He actually saved $572.30 because when he did have overtime in his check, I did allow him to put 10% of the overtime into his checking account, savings account. $20 for in-one investments, and it looks like $30 actually came out. $200 for Christmas, and $75 is all we put into that, but that is not accurate because, again, $50 comes out on the 15th and the 31st. I'm not sure why that's not reflecting, and that's $100 at minimum. $40 for my son Princeton, and we only did put $20, and that is simply because I just forgot to make the weekly withdrawals. I need to see if I can set it up automatic. $200 for my daughter Ashton, and we only put $30 for the same reason, and then $370 in towards 808, and we did put $370. So that brought our savings for the month of July to $1,297.30. Bills were planned at $2,417.74. That was with $1,331.98 for the mortgage, and we did pay that in weekly allotments of $333. Farm Bureau was $133.26, and we did pay $133.26. Apple storage was $9.99, and I did pay that. My husband's cell phone is $58, and we did pay that. My son's instrument is $41.63, and we did pay that. Planet Fitness is $25.05, and we paid that. Foremost was $97.78, and we did pay that. Wilson Electric was $330, and we paid that. Netflix at $16.54, and auto insurance at $373.51. So the bills for the planned amount and the actual amount do actually match at $2,417.74. We transitioned over to expenses for the month, and the expenses were planned at $2,510. That was with $600 in groceries, and we actually spent $684.09. $500 in gas, and we spent $553.27. $100 in beauty maintenance, and I spent $86.17. $50 on my son's hair, and we spent $50. Toiletries at $200, and we don't have anything reflected. And part of that reason is because when we do grocery shopping, we'll also throw the toiletries in there, and so it's not separated out. But $200 did go. We did buy some toiletries, but again, they were included in the groceries, so not doing real good with bookkeeping that. Same for household expenses at $200, but nothing to reflect. $200 for fast food, and we spent $380.51. Date night at $100, and we spent $7. $0 still for spend for me and him. $360 in miscellaneous, and we spent $516.66. $200 in tithe, and we spent $144.12. I think we had saved $225 for the holiday celebration, and we spent, or maybe we saved $175. I don't remember. We spent $201.70 and nothing for car parts, but we spent $34.97, bringing our expenses for the month to $2,658.49. We transitioned over to debt, and debt payments for the month were planned at $2,373.55. I'm not going to go over all of the credit cards because not all of the credit cards have a balance. And if they don't have a balance, we still take the amount. We keep it up here so that we know how much to snowball into our target debt from budgeting week to budgeting week. So Carnival Barclay does not have a balance. Amazon does not have a balance. My husband's Platinum American Express does have a balance, and we paid $345 on that. Our annual fees did recently post to our account, so both of these do have balances of, I want to say, $8 and some change is $695, and then $195 for both of us on as authorized users. We did put $132.75 on my Platinum American Express. $0 is owed on Capital One. $0 is owed on Ulta. $0 is owed on the State Employees Credit Union credit card. $452.60 were my expenses. The authorized users on my account cover their own expenses except for my baby girl who is in college. She does give me her internship checks for me to save and then to pay off the last month of rent that she was supposed to be covering, and then the first month's rent in her new unit that I am paying, but she is paying back. And then my husband's Hilton American Express has a balance. He also has an authorized user. I am one of them, and then so is my bonus son. but we had to pay $1,216.78. Again, most of those were our expenses. Sam's Club, we owed $87.01. We paid $87.57, but I think that is a typo. Best Buy, we owe $0. PayPal, I paid, I don't know what I owe, but the minimum payment was $35, and I paid $35. My husband's PayPal, I don't know what his balance is, but the minimum payment was $45, but the payment to avoid interest accrual was $456.56, and we did pay that. Citi Card has a zero balance. Delta American Express has a zero balance as well. Honda Financial is my truck, and we pay, the monthly payment is $1,000.78. We were able to apply $3,489.69 towards the principal of the truck. The HELOC has a monthly payment of $288, and we did put $288. And then my student loan payment does total $357.57. But for this month, and I think until November, all I have to pay is $116.54, and that difference is snowballed towards other higher interest accrual debt. So that brought the actual debt payments for the month of July to $6,620.49. That would be a lot of money. That could make us a lot of money if that amount was being put into a savings account or the market. So we go over to the budget versus the actual. The income was planned at $9,725. The actual income was $15,726.31. Income saved was $1,200. Was planned at $1,230, and we actually saved $1,297.30. The income spent was planned at $4,927, and we actually spent $5,076.23. The debt paid off was planned at $2,373.55, and we actually paid $6,620.49. That would have left a planned remaining balance of $1,193.71 with an actual remaining balance of $2,732.29. Don't know how accurate that is. I guess over the weeks we did have a remaining balance from week to week, but I did try to go in and even put that towards debt on Wednesday to come out by Friday, because my husband would get paid on Thursday and I would get paid on Friday. We go over to the breakdown, and we were able to at least put 10% of our income into savings. 18.6% of our income went towards bills. 20.5% of our income went towards expenses, and a whopping 51% of our income went towards debt. We were over in several categories in the expense category, but I just feel like for the month it's just too overwhelming to review all of those transactions. So if that is something that you're interested in seeing, I didn't do the weekly budgets for July week 3, 4, and 5, so it's hard to track that. But it's just a lot of miscellaneous spending, in my opinion. Several reasons that our grocery budget was high is because I did incorporate more vegan type of foods into my diet. So more fruits and vegetables, organic fruits and vegetables. And so that was costly. There is this cold pressed juice that I like. They're $3.79, I think, from Food Lion. And I try to go get about 5 of those per week. And so that increased our expenses. And then because I'm eating more fresh fruits and vegetables, it's hard to buy at the week. I do make several trips to the grocery store during the week, and I'm trying to cut that down by doing more intentional planning. Gas is because there were several occasions where we drove the big truck, and anytime we have to put gas in more than 2 cars, it sends us over budget. Fast food, I know this past week I have been working later, and it was just easier to buy food, but I'm trying to get on top of that after seeing how much we spent in groceries while also overspending. How much we spent on fast food while also overspending in groceries just does not make sense to me. So again, trying to eat more from home, trying to eat what we have, and trying to make meals from what we have at home is something that I am starting to be more intentional about. Miscellaneous, I'm not sure what a lot of the miscellaneous transactions were, But it's just things that we purchased. It didn't necessarily fall into a category. So I'm still not seeing Amazon bug spray. Let me see. Screen protector, cash app or loans, candy from the gas station, just a whole bunch of miscellaneous transactions that I actually am going to go through and look at and see, you know, how they make me feel so that I can be more proactive or offensive or defensive for the month of August. Going forward, we have decided that we're going to try as much as possible to live off of one income, since my husband's income has increased and so has mine. So my husband's income will be used to pay bills and maybe do savings or expenses if possible. And my income will, one, supplement anything that my husband's check cannot pay while we continue to decrease expenses, and then to go solely towards debt. So again, to align with the goal of having my truck paid off by the end of this year. So that is something we are planning to implement for this month, for the remaining months of the year. But this month is like our beta month. So that is something we are looking forward to. I am at least looking forward to. I'm not so sure how if he's looking forward to it or not. So that is it for the July monthly budget. Again, I'm really trying to pick things up, get back on a routine. I am changing my schedule because my son is back in school. So I'm really trying to figure out the things that are a priority to me that I need to do every single day. I was trying to batch record on Saturdays, but when I don't have to get up, I typically don't get up. And then when I do get up, it's time to go somewhere. So that has gotten in the way of me batch recording. I really just need to start taking content creation much more serious, create a routine, and stick to it. So that is one thing. I guess that's it. That is it for July monthly budget closeout. If you or someone you know is on a debt-free journey and you feel like, again, you can be informed and inspired by following my journey, please make sure to hit the subscribe button or share this video or my page with others who could be informed and are inspired. And if you have any questions about what I'm budgeting, how I'm budgeting, and why, please be sure to list them down in the comment section below. I really appreciate you guys for watching. I promise to be more consistent, or at least try to be more consistent. I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye for now.